Welcome to the first episode of the 344 show. I almost said Hotness and Leisure show, but no, this is the 344. And I just want to say thank you to Beth Henkes for taking a leap with me as we go live for the very sixth time because I've been doing tests all last week. And I just wanted to say, how valuable everybody's input was to, making the show into what it is right now. In fact, bringing Beth in and because she was hanging out and giving me feedback and how much that literally meant to me to, keep it live and keep it real and keep it fresh. And so we are going to do this thing. This show is all about Beth and about Kanban to start, and then she's going to do her own stuff. And so, Beth, I want to open it up to you to really let me have it. Like, sell me Kanban. What was my problem that you saw and I had to have that thing?
Hello. Well, thank you for having me, Trevor. I really appreciate it. And the minute I saw a post that you did last Monday about this giant list of what Monday was bringing for you, my immediate thought was, oh boy, he needs a Kanban board.
Man, I needed help.
And I even said that in the comments. So some of you may already know about Kanban boards. They have become much more commonplace in our language than they once were. But Kanban is something that comes from the lean world, agile world as well. And you may have seen them. I'm going to share my screen really quick because I have.
Okay. Yeah. Kanban. All right. I got to get that correct because I want to be on point with this. Correct. Kanban. Because I've been Kanban. I was Kanbar, Candy Bar. I couldn't figure it out. We got D. Totally. We got Neela. We got Adam here. Great. So as soon as you get that shared, I will turn that on and we're in business.
Hi, everybody.
We're in business. Come on. We got Suha. Yes.
That's really cute. Oh, wait, here.
It'll work.
Here we go. So this, I haven't seen it. This is a Kanban board.
You got to share it with me. There we go. Okay. Bingo.
Got it?
Bingo. Yes, I got it. Thank you. So all right, I'm going to take comments off the shared screen here for a sec. Hang on. We're going to do this for the shared screen so we get a little more view. So, I'll try and keep up with them, but go. All right, go. Beth, you're in charge.
Okay. So this
is
a photo of classic Kanban board right there. I'm talking. Can you not hear me?
I can sort of hear you. You're getting a little clippy on me.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. So this is a traditional Kanban board. Mostly they are in physical spaces. So they just have 3 columns. To do, doing, and done. You slap up a whiteboard, you slap up a white easel paper, and you use Post-its. And you write one task per Post-it, and you pop it in all those bits. So now that you have that in your head.
Yes, because I've done that in my life.
I'm going to show you this. Right. Okay. And many of us have, I think, and you will find Kanban boards embedded digitally in many softwares. You'll find it in Jira, you'll find it in Workfront. I think it's in Asana. Like, they're all over the place now. It used to be.
Okay.
But this is KanbanFlow. And I like KanbanFlow because it's free. It's kind of ugly. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but you can make it less ugly, which is what I have done with mine. I don't have the premium version. I've honestly never used it because I don't need it. I have everything I need in the free version. So it's up to you if you want to go play in premium land. There are actually also apps. They are relatively new. I have heard they're pretty glitchy. I haven't actually used them myself, but you can certainly download and try. I think there's individual apps for iPhone and Android. For a while, there was no iPhone app at all. That one's really new. So this is what my board looks like. So KanbanFlow gives you, instead of that immediate to do, doing, and done, they give you a to do and I forget what they call this. We'll see it in a minute. And an in progress and a done.
I'm thinking about maybe getting to it today.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, well, this is
cool.
like,
That's cool.
I do this one I happen to name. You can do it however you want to. But for me, I created this one for this week. So this is my board only for this week.
See, now that looks really pretty. I think it looks nice. It doesn't look ugly to me at all. It looks
well,
nice.
It takes an effort to reel yourself in, right? So the idea of a Kanban board is it helps you track projects of any size. It can help you break your tasks down into consumable parts. For me, it reduces a lot of overwhelm in my brain. I think it will do that for you too.
I hope so.
the satisfaction of completing tasks, which I also love. I'm a list checker.
Okay.
This is the really exciting part that I love about Kanban a lot, about KanbanFlow, is that you can time your tasks and track your progress. So you can see how long you spent on something.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Which I love.
Okay.
And then the other thing that I think is a little known thought, you can share your board with anybody you want to. So if you have a team, you can put the whole team on one board. That's great. But one thing that I used to solve another problem with a friend in a previous corporate space, she was an executive assistant who had a lot of problems with one of her leaders that she supported. That leader was constantly micromanaging her and saying, how are you doing on this? What are you doing on this? So I suggested she create a board and share it with her so she could look and get an immediate snapshot of all the stuff that was in progress and where it was in the cycle. And that greatly reduced the micromanaging in that realm. So
micromanaging is the pits.
It is indeed the pits. So this is my particular board. I'm just going to kind of show you the basics of how it works. So I like this on deck because I just kind of like to know, it kind of gives me a way to go what I want to do next. Important up here is see this number 2 of 3? Yes. Traditional lean rules are that when you have something in progress, you should not have more than 3 things in progress at any given point in time.
See, I wouldn't know that because I didn't study lean.
And so it keeps you kind of in check, right? So you can, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You can, if you right click that, you can edit it. And when I do that, I can change my work in progress limit, which I would not recommend doing. But you can. I can change it anywhere. You can change all these other things about the column. Nice. When you right click it. And so I actually added a work in progress for to do so that I didn't get too crazy about the number of things that I put on my to-do list. 10 is even a lot. A couple of these are pretty big pieces, but it at least kind of keeps it top of mind for me.
Right.
Over here in menu, this is kind of your basic board layout land. So this is where you can change what all this looks like. You can do that a number of ways, but that's the easiest way to do it. You can also, we'll show this in a minute, but you can change this color legend down here. That's how you add it or get rid of it.
Okay. Wow, this is really cool. I want to give you time to talk about Idea Hound, right?
Yep.
And I have a nibble here. The one thing I want you to answer, and then we're going to shift because I want to give you time for the thing that you do to make money. And because that's important to me. So why should I do this and not the free version of Asana?
I think the reason, to be perfectly honest, I personally have not worked in Asana. No one that I've ever worked for has used it. I have no feeling about it one way or the other. I probably used about 7 different project management softwares. I have no interest in learning another one unless someone makes me. So I can't really compare there, but this is what I was talking about. And you have your task timer. This to me is my KanbanFlow seller. I can set this for whatever time I want and then select a task that goes with it. And it keeps track of it. So even if I work on it 4 times, it keeps a running total. So when I'm done with it and move it to my done column, it will tell me how long I spent on that particular project. So I can go back and look, like if it's something you're like, it'll take me a half an hour. And then you do the task and you're like, oh, hey, look at that. It actually took me 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to remember that for the future.
This morning that took me like 6 hours because I wanted to get it just right. Yeah. Okay. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
All right, yes,
and that kind of just keeps you in check. So, and I want to show you that I created for you the 344 tutorial board. So I'm not going to run through the whole thing, but if I did a menu, I could click here for color legend and look how all those colors pop up.
Okay. Scroll down or something that's hidden. I can't see it.
Oh, sorry. I can't get any further down. I can just rename it.
Okay.
I click on the color and click rename, and then I could call yellow hotness.
Ooh.
If I wanted to do that. So that you know that everything that you color code yellow is for the Hotness Unleasher show.
Got it. Okay.
You could I looked at your whole list of stuff you had to do. And so I would suggest, hotness, LinkedIn, health, life, work, the whole thing.
You could share that with me.
I can share that with you. Once I have the email you want it for. So we will convene on that.
Perfect. All right. So now we're down to 7 minutes. All right. So thank you, Beth. Kanban. I got that pronouncing because I want to go down. I want to go to Cinnabon. You got that positive association. I need some Cinnabons right now. I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done. Okay.
I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay,
if
good.
that's
Okay, you
okay.
can stop. Absolutely, you can stop. We're back. We're together again. Now, Idea Hound. We're going to wrap it. Just boom, over. What is that about? What's your mission? What problems are you solving for the world?
I'm solving a lot of problems for the world. So at the
Yes.
Idea Hound, we spot opportunity, track a plan, and fetch success for anyone chasing a brilliant idea. And I elevate brand by auditing, creating, and refining processes, implementing unique connective marketing strategies, and producing exceptional projects. So,
Okay,
for
that's a lot.
example, yeah,
Okay,
the
yes. Like,
project that
for
I do a
example, I
lot of
need those
stuff.
examples
For
because my
example,
brain can only take so much. Okay, go.
when
For example.
I started Idea Hound almost 12 years ago, I'm about to celebrate anniversary number 12.
Nice.
Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. The first project that was thrown at me, I produced 55 events in 52 days with 120 people I had never met. I had a week's notice, and I also built a marketing campaign to go with it in 24 hours. That
You're a
marketing
machine.
campaign the marketing campaign stayed with that group for 5 years, which honestly
Oh,
was a
nice.
surprise. I really didn't expect that would happen. I built it to
Brilliant.
scale so they could use it however they wanted to do that. Um, and
Maybe you
then,
shouldn't have built it to scale because then
I know, should have charged more for that one. And then they also
it
ended up
cost you.
tripling their impressions that
Nice.
particular event season. And then I also built by doing that, I built them a system. They had no system for their events at all. So I built them an
Wow.
event system that they were then able to take with them and use forever. Um,
Holy crap.
I'm
Okay,
not in
that's
the
amazing.
business of events really anymore, but I am in the business of taking really gnarly projects and
Yeah.
making them into functional pieces. And what I'm
Mhm.
especially passionate about right now, which you will be seeing more from the Idea Hound about, is how you are breaking your brand with your terrible processes.
Okay. Okay,
Yep.
that's good. All right. So give me an example of like say like when because we use personal brand kind of
Yeah.
willy-nilly around here.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
we talking about that? Or are we talking about like a corporate brand?
I'm talking about corporate brand, but I think it's
Okay.
applicable to personal brand as well,
All right.
right? So for
Let's talk
example,
about people in the corporate world who have money, right?
yeah,
Because
exactly.
I know most personal branders got no money and or if they do, they want to keep it.
Yes, that is
So,
exactly true.
all right. So we're gonna
So,
talk about corporations.
yeah, well, and I'm gonna pick on this applies to, I think, every department in a
Okay.
business, but I'm gonna
Mhm.
pick on poor hiring for a minute. I'm gonna pick on HR.
Okay.
And I say this from a candidate perspective because I've been a candidate 3 times over the last 12 years, and it has not been pretty any of the
Yeah.
times.
No, I've heard some of your
Um,
stories. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've had some pretty wicked stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
One brand that I interviewed with only within the last year and a half or so, has I knew this brand really well. I worked with this brand really well. I was hesitant to apply for this role because I had heard funny things about the culture inside, but it was
Mhm.
something I didn't want to pass up, and they broke the heck out of that brand for
Mm.
me. I
Mm.
had a recruiter who was super nice, who was actually so nice that he said to me 10 minutes in, "You're so much better than the last person I talked to. I don't even need to talk to you any further. There'll be 3 more interviews. I'll be in touch." Which is kind of janky.
Yeah.
Um, and he said, I think the 3rd interview shouldn't happen. It's with a peer, but I'll probably lose the battle, so stay tuned." I
Mm.
had the 2nd interview, the hiring manager had clearly not even looked at my resume prior. He said, "We'll have more time to talk later, answer a couple nuts and bolts." And then I got the 3rd interview scheduled, which did indeed happen. It was with a peer who
Mhm.
could not answer any of my very basic project management questions.
Mm.
And then I waited. I was waiting for the 4th interview, and it did not come. Did
Mm.
not come. And the recruiter was not in contact. And then finally, 4 weeks later, the recruiter said, "We've moved on with other candidates." And a week and a half after that, the 3rd person, the peer that I interviewed with, posted on his LinkedIn that he had been promoted into the role that I interviewed for. They
Mm.
put a candidate in the loop.
Mm.
My integrity button is now broken, and
Okay.
now I
Got
don't
it.
believe anything you tell me.
Ay,
So,
ay,
and
ay.
that was a process failure, quite
Yeah.
frankly.
Oh.
You get mad at the people, but it's really about the process. That was just a massive process failure.
All right.
So many things
So the
broken.
Idea Hound. All right. So the idea, because I know we're almost out of time. All right.
Yeah,
So
we
the
are.
Idea Hound can come in for corporations and help fix these processes. So that stuff doesn't happen. Your brand doesn't break down. You can actually hire outside people without, just folding in on yourselves, that people have time and authority, right, to take that seriously. So you come in and you make that happen.
Yep, I can come in and fix your process, and I can actually fix it with really fun things like Legos. So
nice.
I have all kinds of things brewing.
And it's proven to last, right?
It is proven to last.
You have the proof.
Process is made for constant improvement. You will always be improving your processes, but if you can audit them and understand the baseline of where you are and where you want to go, it gives you a map for
All right. So now, if somebody wants you, how do they make it happen? What's the process? What's that process?
Well, you can find me on LinkedIn. I have a page on the Idea Hound or my personal profile. But you can also go to theideahound.com.
Okay.
Make sure you do that because someone else has a similar name. Theideahound.com. And you can find a whole bunch of stuff there about the Idea Hound and my background and how this all came to be.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Beth. We are out of time. Stick around after I turn this thing off. I'm going to do a count up timer. Say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for showing up, Adam and Tamara and Suha and Kristen and everybody else. We're going to sign off here right now. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Bye.